What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So today I'm going to be reviewing the 2016 South Korean horror zombie film, Train to Busan. Train to Busan is about a zombie virus that is spreading rapidly over South Korea. The story we follow is about a group of people on a train that is heading to Busan, but the train is full of infected.
저기요. 이상한 사람이 하나 타고 있는 것 같은데.
So this was a film that I heard a lot of buzz about. I heard a lot of people talking about it very positively, and I was thinking eventually I was going to get around to it. I always was on Netflix skimming around and I would always see it, and eventually I said to myself, one day I will watch that film. So last Friday I did, especially knowing that they had advanced screenings for Peninsula on the weekend, and I was lucky enough to go to one of them, and so my review for that will be after this. But yeah, I did enjoy Train to Busan. I thought it was a very cleverly made horror film, probably one of the best horror films I've seen in a while, due to, first of all, just the way that it looks is very beautiful. It's got this modern, very clean looking feeling to it. Makes you kind of want to live in Korea before all of the actual infected stuff happens, but before all that it looks very nice and a lovely place to visit. But just overall, the movie just makes everything look particularly nice. But the best thing about this film, I'd have to say, is the way that the characters are written. I think that they're written extraordinarily beautiful. The characters are built terrifically. They set the characters up. There's moments throughout the film where it gets really emotional, but because you're so invested in the characters and the story itself, that they have you crying, and this movie did make me sob. It was a pretty emotional film. But it is also a very good thriller horror film. I mean, the movie does keep you on the edge of your seat, and that's one thing that it does perfectly as well, is building tension. The only thing that I really had a problem with in the film was there were some decisions that weren't necessarily, realistic, or they weren't as well thought out as they could have. They could have been something different. For instance, and now we're getting into spoilers, so there'll be a time code right here to skip to my final verdict. But there was a part in the film where there's two carts. Both of them have the people. One has like the main characters, the other has like a whole group of people on the train. Anyway, that group of people are holding the door so those people don't get in, and in the car behind them there's a whole bunch of zombies. Now the zombies end up coming through. They end up getting into the other room, except for the old lady, and the old lady ends up getting taken and eaten by zombies. Anyway, they have this fight and they get kicked to another car. Basically what happens is the sister of that old lady looks and sees her sister as a zombie, so she just decides to open up the door and let all the zombies in, and that was just a very poorly written way of killing all those people and getting rid of them, so it's down to like the last few of the people. I think it could have been done a lot better, like even if it was like a ticking time bomb sort of situation where the glass is cracking, the zombies are about to come in, so they try and get into the other car with the other people, but they won't let them in, because of what they did to them, and then all the zombies come rushing in. That would have been a much more realistic and probably a better way of doing that, and I just came up with that in 2 seconds. But they just, I don't know what they were going for in that situation. Also, the guy, the bad guy in the film, who's a massive asshole, his character is so unrealistically bad and dumb that it kind of takes you away for a moment because of how unrealistically stupid his decisions are, and all he does is care about himself, which I guess is realistic, but I mean he's so overly unrealistic in a way, if that makes any sense. But really, they're my main negatives with the film. I thought that the film was near perfect. I think it's one of my favorite horror films. It's up there with the original Night of the Living Dead for me because I enjoy that film despite all its technical issues. I think that it's a great film, and this movie's up there with it because I think that this is one of the best zombie films I've seen and one of the best horror thriller films I've seen in a very long time, and that's simply because they build the characters, they build the situations, and the story is completely believable and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, which is why I'm going to give Train to Busan an 8 out of 10. I highly recommend this film. It's on Netflix, so you might as well watch it. It's very fun, and yeah, so stay tuned for my Peninsula review. Anyway guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.